Hello students, today we are going to start your next chapter, chapter 7, Glimpses of India. It has 3 parts. Its first part is A Baker from Goa, which is written by Lucio Rodriguez, and the summary of this chapter is A Baker from Goa is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. The narrator is traveling through the memory lane thinking about the loaves of bread a baker delivered every morning. The baker who visited the narrator's place was like a friend, companion, and a guide. His visits were always welcome. We wore a traditional dress and collected his bills at the end of the month. The ladies in the house used to prepare sandwiches, cakes, bolognese for different occasions. Mostly bakers are popular in Goa. They are also known as, the bakers are also known as peddlers in Goa. The bakers usually comes twice a day, in the morning for selling baked goods as well as in the evening. Next part of this chapter is Coorg. Coorg is a place between Mysore and Mangalore. It's just midway between Mangalore and Mysore. The writer is Coorg's writer is Lokesh Abrol. The writer has depicted the beauty of Coorg, which is the smallest district of Karnataka. It attracts many visitors as it is the lap of nature. This place is more fascinating because of the sweet aroma of the variety of spices. Here mostly the spices, turmeric, corianders, and each and every spices, cloves, nutmegs especially, are grown here. Today this culture is a mixture of Greek and Arab and the local people. Kurgi people are known for their valor and boast of the most decorated army personnel. It abounds in flora and fauna. The Brahmagiri Hills presents a panoramic view. The fascinating beauty of Coorg refreshes one's heart and soul. Actually, it's a area between Mangalore and Mysore where mostly the spices are grown, and the beauty of this planting sensation attracts the person visiting Coorg. And third part of this chapter is Tea from Assam. Third part is Tea from Assam, written by Arup Kumar Datta. The Tea from Assam is an interesting and informative lesson about the tea plantation, its history, and its significance. The writer has tried to make it interesting by using the dialogue method. Dialogue method, that means he has given his complete impact on the dialogue of the chapter, actually the story. That's what this story was fascinating. It has interest. The writer has tried to make it interesting by using the dialogue method. 2 young boys, Pranjal and Rajveer. Pranjal and Rajveer are going to Assam. Rajveer is excited as he passes through the tea gardens and wants to share his knowledge with Pranjal. They talk about various Indian and Chinese legends behind tea. Rajveer tells Pranjal a very interesting story of a Chinese emperor who discovered tea by chance. He also tells Pranjal another story which is very strange and illogical. Actually, his story was completely strange and illogical. That has no logic at all behind it, that story. This story tells us about the growing up to tea leaves out of the eyelids of a monk How is that possible? How tea leaves can grow out of the eyelids of a monk. Thus, through these interesting dialogues, the writer has attempted to develop a scene of curiosity among the young readers. This was the main attraction, part of attraction throughout the story, which attracted the readers. Now we will again start next chapter, and your chapter 8 has been omitted from your syllabus, and we are going to start your next chapter 9th. Madam Rides the Bus. This chapter is written by Billy Canham, and the summary of this chapter is Madam Rides the Bus is a very sensitive story of a young girl who goes on her first journey into the world outside her village on a bus. She's wonderstruck at the large buildings, vehicles, and people, etc. But at the same time, she's sad to know about the callous attitude of the people who had witnessed a beautiful living cow turned into a ghastly, lifeless body. The story is about a little girl, Williamine, known as Wally, who decides to travel town on a bus and surprises the bus conductor when she claims to be grown-up person and not a child, as she has faithful fare like everyone else. She had made careful plans for this journey and she was excited to be able to fulfill her dreams. She is horrified when she sees a cow lying dead on the road after being hit by some fast moving vehicle. She is surprised on seeing the big bright looking shops and huge buildings. She is scared when she realizes that all the passengers have got down the bus, but somehow she managed to keep herself calm. When she comes home, her aunt asks her about her whereabouts, to which she replies that she wants to see the world outside. Actually, Valley's favorite pastime was standing in front of the door of her house and watching what is happening outside in the streets. She went to the trip on a bus, and she wanted to visit all the areas to fulfill her dream. But she was very depressed to see that a cow was dead on the road, but no one was there to help that cow. All these things affected Vali's nature, his inner conscience, and she was deeply touched with all these things. She was completely overwhelmed with the sadness of that. The memory of dead cow haunted her, depressed her enthusiasm, which she no longer wanted to take throughout the window, and she don't want to see outside the window. Okay, class, now these two chapters have been completed. Question answers will be given to you afterwards. Thank you.